Okay, so site name is your site title, separator, site description, site DSC is tagline. Meta description, you can use these types of tags, or just put it in manually what your homepage site description or meta description is going to be. So basically, put in a description. This particular description needs to have your keyword, your main keyword in it as well. So we're going to save changes. Okay, let's take a look at post types. Now, when we're talking about post types, I'm going to go over here and just go to one of our posts so you can see what I'm talking about as far as in Yoast. Okay, so post types. We're talking about the post title and the description. Now, so this is talking about um, basically automating the process. So it's going to use the site title, okay, the site name. So it's going to name the post, the title of the post, and site name. And let me show you what that looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. The post title and the your site title. So when you set this template up, it's automatically going to do this particular snippet preview for you. It's what it's going to be set to default. Now, during each post, you can go and click Edit Snippet, and you can go in and put in your own, whatever your site title is. But most of the time, you can just leave it the way it is. Now, sometimes I will do this. I'm going to leave page in there because just in case it's a page. Okay, a lot of times you can do that so that it only shows the title. Okay, so, and they don't put a description in here because it automatically generates a description in which you can edit. And that's what you're going to be doing most of the time when you create a post. Okay, so if I edit this to show the page title, post title, or if you go down and go all the way down and click save, and you were to refresh this, and you scroll down to the snippet preview, it's going to show the title. Okay, so you may want to do that. Okay, so that's what this is. Now, most of these other settings are pretty much, you can set them, they're already set to what they probably should be. Now, I'm going to come down and probably where it says pages, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to delete this out of here. Media, I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to click save. Now, as far as your basic stuff, as far as Yoast is concerned and SEO, that's you want to get those two things done. Now, you can also come in here and a lot of times I'll come in here and make sure my sitemap is up and running, and you can see that it is, so that's good. Okay, so now it's time to move on. So what I'm going to do here is change my template or theme. You may like the theme that you have. You can use whatever you like. It don't matter. I'm going to use a theme that I've used on other niche sites. You can use it as well. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to pause the video and add the theme and then come back. Okay, so excuse me. This is what the site looks like now. Okay, so I'm going to go over a couple of other things. So we're making progress. Now I'm going to go over a couple other things. Now, when you're creating a niche site and you have your main keyword, okay, or main keyword in this case is largemouth bass fishing tips. Now, it's a good idea to go take a look at who is doing well in that niche or doing well for that keyword, and that's basically called researching your competition. And when you do that, it's a good idea to go in. There's nothing wrong with going in and taking a look at the top any of the top 10 sites for your keyword, okay? And taking a look at them and see what they're doing, see what their site looks like, what are their categories, do things like that, okay? They're doing well, they're ranked, so you may want to either reverse engineer what they have, okay? Bring your site into that and so there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good idea to do that. So basically, if you come, I came in and put in my keyword, my main keyword, and you see the top 10 sites. Now, in just a bit, I'm going to show you how to use a software called Traffic Travis that will help you do some of this stuff. It will also help you with keyword research and different things. We'll probably do that tomorrow. But so here I am. Here's the top 10 sites, and I just picked one, number 2. Now, when I do the training on Traffic Travis, I'm going to show you, it will allow you to see what keywords they are using. Now, we know they're ranking for, obviously, for my keyword, number 2. But right away, you can take a look at their site, okay? See what they got going on, see what they're talking about, okay? And you can see here, we're talking about some Amazon products here, okay? And I like this site. It's ranking number 2. This is something we probably want to, you can take a look at. This is how I like making sites sometimes. So now you can also see that they're ranking for bass fishing tips. All right. So this is a good idea to do. There's nothing wrong with modeling your site from or after a successful site. Nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, that's probably one of the best ways to, some of the most successful sites are reverse engineered sites. That's how they start. Nothing wrong with doing that. And remember, I talked about setting, I'm going to set for this site, I'm going to set a static home page. You can see that's kind of how they have their setup. All right. So what I might do at this point is I want to start working on that my home page and what I'm going to do. Now we know we need to add some content for our home page. And what I'm talking about is going to pages and add new. Okay, we know our page title is going to be what our site title is. Okay, but now we need to talk about the content. At this point, for me, I don't know enough about this particular topic to sit here and write a good, article, good content. Um, Obviously, we want this to be good content. I would probably go and pay one of my writers, um, $5 to write some really good content. Okay, so I need articles whenever I'm needing a good, handwritten quality article. Um, Now, if you would like to use, um, a PL article here and then rewrite it, uh, I would tell you to save that type of work in rewriting for um, maybe something else within the site or a different application. Okay, I would really recommend this is going to be your home page. This is going to be something that you're building your site off. Go ahead and build it off of something that's fresh and new and unique. Okay, again, I need articles, and I'm going to have somebody write an article for my keyword. Now, I always say this whenever somebody talks to me about, um, you know, paying for articles, stuff can get expensive and whatnot. But what you have to realize is that it is possible for you to make a lot of money off of one article. There are a lot of people out there that make a lot of money off of one article. Like for this guy, this is, for the most part, this is a static page. This is a static home page that, was written one time, and I'm sure he's made quite a bit of money off of commissions for these products. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about paying somebody to write an article. You could make a lot of money off of one article that costs you $5. So basically what I would do is come over here. I'm going to paste my keyword in. Okay. This is the article that I want written for this keyword. Now, when we talk about optimizing an article an article for a keyword. Now, I know InstantNiche talks about how it optimizes, I'm putting quote signs up, but how it optimizes content for your keyword. Well, it doesn't do that, okay? I'm going to show you how to do that, what that really means. And then when you request an article through I Need Articles, they are going to write an article and they are going to have 3 instances of your keyword phrase within the article. And then you're going to further optimize it. I'm going to use my exact keywords. Now, we're not going to have to use any kind of styling or fee, meaning this is not a review, okay, or a sales page or anything like that for this particular article. So we don't need to tell our writer to do a product review or anything like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and choose, for right now, I'm going to choose one article. I'm going to go ahead and make it kind of long, uh, maybe 800, 700 words, right? So I want to get it here quick. And just remember, the longer the article, the more it costs, obviously. But again, it's going to be worth it. Now you have other options, 5-star writers and whatnot. We don't need these two. So that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and submit. They usually get these articles done pretty quick, so it'll probably be done tomorrow sometime. And then I'm going to come back and then work on my homepage